Clearly didn't. Oh, there you go.
Should be this one. Probably not. No.
Maybe the other one. Actually, you know what? I reckon it was, that's it. Correct.
I can't remember. Oh, my brain. Oh, here it is.
Does it give you a forgot password? Oh, there you go. It's looking good. Looking good.
Nope, that wasn't it.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. It did all the right moves.
It was set to this one, isn't it? Or did I not make a count?
Yeah, that's the one. Let me just actually, I can double check which one you signed in as. I reckon it's that, but let me just make sure. Yeah, you've signed in before as Franco at MTech. Yeah, so you could. Is there a forgot option?
I've got this one. That should be it.
Yeah,
that's it. Eh?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, awesome. All right, let's go. So that was the write-up from the other session. So let's just go. Oh, actually, in fact, while you're in there, may as well. Yes. So, is it just because you're on a different browser on that other one?
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I should copy that.
Yeah. See what happens.
Okay. We'll just leave it as that.
Don't worry. Yeah. Go with this one. What's this browser? You know, this is Explorer.
Explorer, yeah.
Yeah. All good. While we're in this, let's just right click on the top blue link and we'll open Basecamp up twice, eh? Sure, I don't probably need to be having my camera on as well. Right, and then up the top, I just get you then to click on the blue link itself.
Yep.
There we go. And then the checklist is under discussion there. If you just click on checklist.
Under discussion.
Yeah, there's a blue one that says, actually any of the ones that say setup and planning checklist.
Yep.
And then if we scroll up, just in terms of what I just thought I'd go through what we're doing today around the planning side of things, just so you know. So scrolling up a little bit further. Because I think previously I hadn't, so here we go. I'd only sort of put part of it in there. So now it's all in there, right? So, if you go up just a little bit more, you get the bold heading, right? So firstly, there we go. So basically, we've already done the setup side of things. So here, the reasons we're here today, we've already done that sort of protect the brand because we've gone and done all the setup. The objectives, right? The next part, see where it says who, there's two things, right? Firstly, what I want to do is just look at some of that building connections. I think we did a little bit, touched on it last time, but we would touch on that to start with, just around personal connecting and B2B type connecting that you can do. We already kind of know, but we'll talk through what action we're trying to take. But largely, that's going to be around as we get further down into your Facebook Ads Manager. We're going to look at creating saved audience and then we'll talk about sort of what we're going to post, when we're going to post, that sort of stuff as well. So what we might do is, and again, like last time, you can use this as a bit of if you scroll all the way down, and you can just start another notes box just in case we're doing any cut and pasting, right? So, so right down the bottom there. Awesome. So the first thing, and tell me to slow down, or tell me if you need a coffee or a water or a stretch at any stage. It's all good, particularly if you've got a slightly sore arm. Left arm, I imagine.
Yeah.
Left arm. Very good. So let's open on the right. Let's open up the newly live website. So open a new tab for me. Yep. You happy with this?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's all right. I still got to change the wording around. I haven't had the chance to go in there yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool. Did we finish up getting that image as a clean image? Did they give that to us?
not yet.
No.
Not
Okay.
yet,
So that's all
actually.
good.
But I should be able to pull this out from this website now.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so then let's go and whether you want to just uh, open the other things like we did last time. So that tab on the left, you've got all the social medias listed. You could just
Yeah.
right click and open them all up from there if you want. We'll start with LinkedIn. Oh,
I'll just open it on the wrong page,
okay,
unfortunately.
no worries. Yep, LinkedIn. And what are we missing? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Click on your Google My Business. Not that we're necessarily having to do anything there. We didn't. We created Publer for you as well last time, didn't we? But not that we need to open that up today. But okay,
Okay.
um, okay, awesome. Um, maybe just drag your LinkedIn one across to the left for me. The LinkedIn for the
To the left?
drag the tab to the far left for me. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, did you finish up updating? Oh no, we did your cover. I was thinking you were talking about whether you do anything differently. All right, now look at all these notifications you're getting in there. What's happening there? So, click on 25 notifications. Have you been looking? Have you looked at this by any chance?
Yeah. I
Okay.
need to get rid of looking for job service. I don't know how to get rid of it,
Ah,
but
stuff
anyway.
is still coming up for you around there. Sort of. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. You're because you got a job alert sort of go and
I
view.
don't know how to get rid of it.
Click on work on the right hand side next to me. It's got work.
Oh yeah.
And post
Advertise? No.
finally, unless it sits under you. Maybe if you click on me uh, instead of click on instead of as in click on your little profile image and do the drop down for me. Um,
Yep.
job posting account posts. Mm, that's weird. Job alerts not necessarily my normal thing.
That's all right. I'll figure it out somehow.
As you said, normally when I get whole lot, it's because of the different companies. He's probably, it's probably ad section. Actually, what is down the bottom at the base of the page? That right at the bottom is talk about job alerts. Anything there in that sort of where it's got about an activity? No interest.
Mm,
No.
it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later on.
Yeah, maybe in the notifications is the other thing. Just click on the notification for me. You know how you had those
Yep.
25 notifications?
Yep.
And then see on the right, there's the three dots. See what happens if you click on that three dots, if it talks about delete. No, okay. Jobs.
Yeah.
You know, on the notifications, it's got improve your notifications, go view settings there. So in on the
Where?
left
Oh
hand
yeah.
side, yeah, click that one.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. So um, yeah, and then you
Perfect. Thanks for that.
just go back to LinkedIn. Yeah, that's it. Review profile. So what I was going to do. So arguably, for certain businesses at least,
Mm.
eh, LinkedIn direct and personal is the most powerful of the social media, just because it is direct and personal. by
Mm-hmm.
comparison to what we're normally doing is getting out to target communities, and particularly when we're advertising, it's all about haystacks, really trying to find the
Yeah.
people that are is that you want to actually do businesses. In this case, it's trying to find the people that hopefully strategically can help you and your business, right? So I often start by
Yeah.
just going, and I don't think we did this last time, although we may, and I apologize if we do, but I usually start with the council, right?
Yeah.
So if you do search here and just do Maribyrnong City Council for me in the search, and oh, yeah, and click on that one. And because that's our council, it doesn't hurt
Mm.
even for you to follow them, right? So give that a follow. And then see how it's got 320 employees? Just click on that
Yeah.
320 employees for me. Yep. And then see Rosie, Rosie Salami. I'll get you to,
Yep.
hit connect, and I want you to write her a note. And I just want you to say, add a note. Hi, Rosie. Um, I run a local auto mechanic business, automotive mechanical mechanic business, and noticed uh, your role at council. Um, just do. It would be good to connect. And yeah, it'd be good to connect with you. Kind regards, Franco, or regards, Franco. Yeah, and just take a copy of it because we're going to use it for a few other people as well, right? So you can
Okay.
paste that
Yep.
into the notes if you want. Um, just because anybody that could be strategic for you to connect with, as long as
Yeah.
you write their name, hi, whatever, it would be good to connect. Kind regards,
Yeah.
Franco. 99 out of 100, if they're using LinkedIn, will connect with you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Just because you're being personal and you sound like a decent fellow, right? You're not trying to sell them
Yeah.
anything, right? So,
Okay.
yep. So you can hit send on that. Um, now, th- that's step one, right? The reality with council type people
Mm-hmm.
is you may want to have a strategy in a week or two or three that
Yeah.
says, "Hey, Rosie, thanks for connecting. Can you let me know what sort of support council offers businesses like mine?"
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because effectively, you're asking for help. In other words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and she'll be able to say, okay, yeah, we have, we do business breakfast, we do some grants on occasions, we have a newsletter, blah blah blah. Right? She's
Yep.
paid to help and look after local business. Just so you know, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
so similarly, Bruce. So you could do the same for Bruce below. Bruce is a good guy. He's actually kind of, I think, above Rosie, but yeah. So he's again just do the same message really. Hi, Bruce. Make sure you don't say hi, Rosie. That's all.
Yeah. Hi, Bruce.
Yeah,
Yep.
and same. So now, yeah, so you can look and see whether there's other. So it'd be interesting, For instance, it'd be interesting to know who does service council cars, right? So often, because they get their cars through Holden or wherever they go. Um,
That's true.
but there could well be opportunities as well from a business perspective locally. So the other thing is community infrastructure, not so much. Go to pay the next one. Often there's elected members ones as well, right? So
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
whoever the mayor is or the CEO, and CEO's just changed, I think. Community services executive.
Traffic and transport engineer?
Yeah,
No.
traffic. Well, it could do. Yeah, that would be the most. I guess in terms of given. So they're often. It looks like you might. I know that one. So if you're a third and it's not enabling you to actually connect with
Ah,
them,
connect.
what you
Yeah.
can
Okay.
do is So let's use, which is the one you said, traffic. Let's click on Grace.
Yep.
Be interesting to see whether Grace actually works at council or whether so
To present, yeah.
what is she?
Transport engineer, traffic
Yep,
engineer.
traffic. Okay,
I
so
think
this, yeah,
I think that's infrastructure.
yeah, so that's kind of interesting though. There's an alignment, right, in terms of
Yeah.
clearly from cars and that sort of thing. So see if you scroll up a little bit,
Yeah.
um, you basically can still connect with her even though it wasn't let you. So see how it says more next to message? It's got more.
Yep.
Click on more, and then and it's got connect. So click on connect, and then you get the same opportunity to be able to write a note. Um, add a
Okay.
note, yeah, and then you can just go paste. I don't know that she's using it. She's only got 44 connections, so she may well not be using it in any strategic
Yeah.
way. Um,
Yeah.
but that's that side of things. So you just go send. Yep, so that's fine. The other thing is, do you have any sort of key suppliers or others that you work with? So in terms of parts and people like that you might
So
be
because
worth
I'm part
connecting
of
with.
Western General Group, we're locked into our suppliers now.
Mhm.
So really, there's not much new suppliers that we could go to. We're only stuck with whoever Nathan sets it to now,
Are you
because we
connected
get
to?
pushed.
I mean, not that there's that many that are that active on Western General, but are you connected with Danny and Nathan already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you clearly would be.
I
Yeah.
haven't been connected to Nathan, but I'll do that now.
And yeah, so with Nathan, he knows you, so you can always just go connect. You probably don't need to send a note, right? Um,
Yeah.
the the other thing is that potentially, if you've depending on what people does anybody ever come in and put their business card at the counter, or is there clients that you have that it might be
Uh,
worth connecting with? Is any key clients?
mm, no, no,
No.
no one comes.
Mm.
Uh,
So,
no. It'll probably be what Nathan connects to.
so,
So,
so Nathan's got 313 connection. You probably won't be able to see who they are easily. Um, Let me think off the top of my head, other people that might be good for you to connect with. Um,
Chris last name.
so if you've got any professional type clients, particularly it's often professionals or business owners, um,
Yeah.
it's worth just looking them up in here to
Yeah.
see if they are on here, on the
Okay.
basis that um, essentially the idea being is that you want to be top of mind with them, right, from that perspective of if they've got work that needs to be done and they've been to
Mhm.
you, particularly the clients that have been to you before, um,
Yeah.
then if and you're connected with, it's just going to help them think of you first, right? That's
Okay.
because this now, back in the day, you're not, for you, realistically, this replaces, having a some sort of file dext of of clients and that sort of stuff, or
Mm.
network of connections. The idea
Yeah.
is here, anybody that you know or that knows of you or that has used your services, it's
Mm.
worth connecting with them if you can find them on here, on the basis that
Okay.
then we also gives us capacity to have them follow the company, right? So remember
Yeah.
last
Okay.
time we looked at how you invite people to follow
Yeah.
the company. So
Yeah.
so is that something? Um, it's good to have a habit of it, right? And
Yeah.
you
Okay.
probably so I've always in the past gone to a lot of sort of business networking type things, right? Where
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
do tend to fling a card at you from here, there, or everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the first thing I tend to do from those meetings is then go back and see whether or not they're on LinkedIn, and then I connect with them just so I
Yeah.
remember who they were and how I know them,
Yeah.
right? And I do it
Okay.
on
Yeah.
the basis that I could tell you right now, I don't know too many people that do what you do, right? So
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things that create some sort of advantage around being connected to people, right, in this way. And as I
Okay.
said,
Yeah.
and particularly ones like the council, but also, you know, particularly say strategic businesses that you'd like to have ongoing relationships with. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, y- Maribyrnong. I wonder, sorry, not Maribyrnong, but High Point Shopping Centre, for instance. I wonder who manages High Point, but probably sits under Westfields Group or something like that. But anyway, the reality
Yeah,
is,
that's
if there's people that
yeah,
you want to have strategic, you can always look up the brand and see who's part of that brand. And then you could say, well, I see you work with such and such oils. It'd
yeah,
be good connect and stay in touch, right? Now I know you've got,
yeah,
whether you've got your WGBW WGBW connects, so it could be those ones, but it could also be it's probably worth following Western General Body Works as well. Um, so even there, where there's 15 employees straight away, it's probably worth connecting with any of those ones that are. Some of them might be past employees. Having said that, anyway, let's go.
yeah, that's,
Does that make sense? It's just
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So direct and personal
yeah,
is quite powerful. That's all. And as I said,
yeah, yeah,
ultimately, it becomes quite a benefit to have almost strategic network client list. It creates a
yeah. Which makes
network.
sense because Facebook is more like your friends, and this is a
Correct.
professional level of friends. Yeah, and this is like status of your
Yeah.
your 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 career.
It's much more public. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so let's go now. If you want to go to MTech, if you click on it, I think you can probably get there on the left hand side. And we may or may not have done this previously, but if you connect on, if you click on admin tools for me on the right hand side, and then you go invite connections. And so you get 100 of these every month, right? Um,
Yeah,
the best businesses that I work with invite 100 people to follow them every month, right? But you kind of
yeah,
need to have clearly beyond a few
a lot.
hundred to be able to do that, right? Um,
Yeah, I
so,
can.
so what you'd want to do is make sure that Danny's following the business, right? So you click and so anybody that's involved in the auto trade that you're already connected to, you want them and invite them to follow the business. Anybody that wants you to do well in business and anybody that's worked with you before, I'm not sure Kerwin will follow it, but you never know. Kerwin, invite him.
Do you
He'll
reckon?
use
No.
he'll probably use it as a way to sell back. But even just your
Yeah.
personal connections, I imagine if they are architects or other ones, realistically, the capacity is where do they get their car serviced? You know what I mean? Or
See, the problem, most of my connections are usually in Sydney. So, because I came from
okay,
Sydney,
yeah, yeah,
who I know of
true,
is all in Sydney.
true. Yep. So you want to kind
Uh,
of go. I know Veronica Lee's Amato. How do you know her? Or just connected with
which
her?
one?
Veronica Lee's Amato.
I don't know actually.
She's a quite a active BNI member.
Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's how you invite people to follow. And even if you
Yeah.
only do, you don't have, you get 100, but even as you're growing your network, even if you just follow, even if you just invite a dozen or a half a dozen every month,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just means more and more. So I think I might have said to you on LinkedIn now, we get better organic reach than we do uh, on Facebook just because
Okay.
so in other words, once they follow your page, then they'll start to see the posts. I know Tony as well. I used to work with him.
You know Tony?
Yeah, I set up his social media back in the day. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah,
I'm like really really close to him.
yeah. So
He taught me photography.
yeah, so he when I was doing some stuff with him, so it wasn't necessarily Tony as such that but he used to almost do photography where it was like this is your life type sort of
Correct.
photography, you know.
Correct.
So
He still does it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a top bloke.
I went to his offices down in the sort of down towards the southeast corridor, I think, from memory.
Yeah, that Cranbourne kind of way.
Yeah,
Hallam. I think that's it for my list. Everyone else is in Sydney.
no worries. Awesome. Anyway, that's basically what we do to get people following the company page on LinkedIn. Um,
Yeah.
and because we're going to be posting through there, as I said, the more people we got following, and I can invite people in there, but it's much better that you do, right? Because people don't see
Yeah.
me as people think of you as part of this business. Not a bit like if Steve's inviting us, be like, what the heck? Or Steve just must be
That's
promoting another business. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's true. It's more
yeah,
personal if I do it.
yeah, it makes a lot more sense if the business owner, operator
Yeah,
does that. Right.
yeah,
So you can close that,
yeah.
just the cross there. You don't need to do a post around that. So that's LinkedIn. Then the other ones, go to Twitter, because again, Twitter is more that sort of B2B stuff. If you click, you've got it. Yeah, fourth tab along. Um, so, and again, let's go to Western General Bodyworks at top on the right hand side. If you just go Western General, actually, it might be WGW, but anyway, see what comes up. There we are. Click on that one. Yep, and we'll give them a follow. And look, they've still got plenty of homework to do as well. I think this was a bit lapsed. So see, they're following 32.
Hmm.
So you could immediately follow just as many by clicking on 32. Click on that 32 following. And you may as well follow all the same ones. Well, I don't know why he's following BBC breaking news. In fact, it doesn't look like he's done any homework here. Him and uh, what's Olivia? Olivia.
Olivia, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. So, but basically, the idea here is you follow
Mm,
anything that's strategically or geographically relevant, right? So,
yeah,
um, we're in the city of Maribyrnong. So, an easy way of things to potentially follow. And so here, it's Twitter. At the end of the day, we want to place you. So we want to know where you are, and we want to
yeah,
know what you do, right? So, in other words,
yeah.
anything automotive, anything Melbourne slash Maribyrnong, you can follow and give a follow. So hence why Broadsheet Melbourne, The Age, those sort of ones are relevant. What you
You
might
see,
want to do is if you go in the search on the right hand side, just do Diffie Social, one word, Diffie Social. Actually, do 3011. 3011. See if go Footscray to start with, right? So click on that one. See if I've I've got a few, but see if I've done a little bit of homework here. See how 261 following. There should be
yeah,
reasonable amount of Footscray Maribyrnong type business in here, or I've just followed back. But like bounty boxes, did you finish up getting your thing from
yeah.
her? Was it
It
good?
was so good.
Was it
Yeah, it
good?
was actually
Awesome.
really good. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it was
great. Yeah,
actually
so give,
amazing. Yeah,
give her a follow. Hopefully, you've got a customer there as well. So, any of these ones, you know that if I'm following them, they're probably
yeah,
local and they're probably of some potential for you, or they've just simply showed an interest maybe in me. Um, but
yeah,
but things like Victoria Racing Club clearly is just across the road from you, that sort of stuff. Um,
yeah,
but again, the idea here, that's how you could follow stuff geographically that might be useful for you. Um,
yeah.
and then the other thing is that, if it's all about cars, you might be particular cars that you service, or particular cars that, uh, yeah, that or models or parts or whatever it might well be, that you could probably also be searching and following anything to do with the auto industry. Is there an auto industry? Is there any sort of magazine or stuff that you would generally get sent to you?
Not yet, not really.
Association? Any industry association?
That'll be VATC essentially.
Yeah, let's have a look at what they're doing then. So let's go VACC.
I don't know if they have a Twitter. Yeah, they don't have a Twitter.
VACC. Maybe out of interest, have a look and see what comes up for RACV. She probably doesn't even hurt to follow RACV and then look at who they're following.
This Connect will be good.
Yeah.
Automotive Associates.
Yeah. So any of those ones might be relevant.
Transport safety, infrastructure, Yarra Valley. Why not?
Yeah. And so the benefit of doing this is by following others, firstly, it sort of shows and positions you. But secondly,
Mm,
the only way you likely get people following you is when they follow you back, right? So this
okay.
is just something that doesn't cost you any money to do, but it does take a bit of time. So
Yeah.
it's one of those sort of things when end of the day, or you don't want to use your brain too much,
Yeah.
or you're watching TV,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier done actually on the phone for both Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
And in fact, most things, is that you basically just go and go follow, follow, follow. Now, Twitter will let you follow up to 2,000 things. You don't have to do that, but if you follow a couple of
Yeah.
hundred to start with, that's a good start, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and as I said, you won't see any growth in your numbers unless you're following others, because they just won't know of you, right? I can be posting there, but they won't see. No one will see it until they start following me,
Ah.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so, so yeah, this is a way. In fact, you need to tell Nathan and Olivia they should probably be doing the same around following. It's a good little easy hack to sort of look at who ones like RACV are following
Yeah.
that are often, might well be good for you as well, right? So,
But I
um,
did realize they started following Nepal people.
the
They're
what?
like government of Nepal here, chairman of Nepal.
What the heck? Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the heck. It's very weird.
Nepali. Oh, anyways.
Well, the only thing that I wonder is whether it's because they followed them and they followed back. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, it's a bit odd. Um, uh, all right, that's Twitter. That's pretty straightforward, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do the same just on Instagram, because Instagram, same sort of thing. Instagram, because it's a Facebook product, however, may tell you to slow down, Tiger. You can only do so many so fast. But
Yeah.
if you go and start with WGBW maybe as a search and look and see who they're following, who they are, and again depending on whether they've done any homework. Actually, well, and they already so they're following 72, but they've actually got 242 followers. Where it's
Yeah.
individuals, so maybe follow them first. But maybe instead of looking at who they're following, look at who their followers are. And particularly if they're businesses, maybe give them a follow as well. Things like filters, maybe.
But that will be just panel work stuff
Hmm.
right now.
The only thing with, as you said, with Western General is they're Australia wide as well, aren't they? But even though
Yeah, they are.
they were here to start with, but
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah, they'll be all.
Yeah, so I wouldn't go beyond, as you said. You probably just follow the few local Western General bodywork brand. But otherwise, let's
Yeah.
let's do what we did before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we'll give WGBW themselves a follow. So click that blue button there, yeah, and then let's have a look at RACV, given that seemed like gold before. So let's see what they've got if they're there. Sometimes they actually you'd imagine RACV would be there.
Mm.
Hmm. Maybe RACV doesn't have a. What's the insurance mob? Insurances, that sort of.
Auto general.
Okay, yeah, maybe give them a follow. See, they're only following
Then
5
five.
things. It'd be interesting to see what 5 things they're following.
That'll be their own group A. No, they just budget insurance.
Hmm. Yeah, it's mainly their own thing, so they're not they're not a very
Yeah.
giver's gain. They're not following others. But interesting. Have a look at
Yeah.
who's following them. Maybe that's a lot of followers. I can't imagine these are going to be a lot of individuals. Who follows individuals is
Driving range, panel beaters, a lot of individuals actually.
Auto General again would be Australian though, right? Australia wide.
Mm. Yeah, auto in general is huge. They're the biggest in insurance world.
Yeah. Um, maybe
Yeah,
let's,
these are all.
like we did before, maybe let's do some local stuff. Let's go Maribyrnong. So do Maribyrnong, city of Maribyrnong, yeah, and then go follow. And I am reminded actually that hashtag you probably could do, yeah. So all that sort of stuff, a lot of that stuff I would follow
Mm,
because there is a lot of
yeah,
business stuff in there. So go that following. Mama West is probably a good one. Get the mums coming in and know, love
yeah.
Footscray. You've got well, Lutton Food and Wine, Buckley's 301. There's some
Artists.
there's some press in there as well.
8 foot spray.
Star Weekly, if you wanted the paper.
Brim.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brimbank would make sense. You're not too far from them.
Ownership Bakery. Yarraville Mama. That sounds like fun.
It's amazing how food oriented that they are.
Yeah, they're supporting a lot of cafes in it.
City West
Rubbish
Water
one. It
probably
sounds.
doesn't hurt. Again, just to place you.
Yeah, west of Melbourne. 1 9 foot spray sounds like fun. Like, Melbourne with its. I maybe I put too much food. It's not good. Doesn't matter.
No, it can't hurt. Footscray Traders, you could probably be. Yeah, yeah.
Traders.
I used to be the
Oh yeah.
secretary. I'm the outgoing secretary.
Okay.
um,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, Neighbourhood House. Yeah, there's the AFLW. Probably doesn't hurt. Get the girls getting their cars fixed.
Yeah.
Yarraville Village. Seddon. Yeah, well, that's kind of a good way to place you.
Mm, station. I missed that place.
Hop Nation's quite
Not
good.
too much. That's it. I'm maxed
It
out.
looks like it's maxed at the moment. Yeah, you're right. So let's just close that. Um, or it could be that, yeah, that's what I was saying. Sometimes it's just, so let's just click back. It looks like that's a good start. As I said, just progressively over time.
Yeah.
If you go to your profile, looks like we've got at least, there you go, you're following 40 or so now, right? So there's a start.
Yeah.
Let's now, oh, look, Rosie already messaged you. So it sounds like you're already connected. So that's good. Over there. So, what's this? Hi, Franco. Thanks
Get
for
me the
connecting.
business unit.
Yeah, my work email is business at. Okay, feel free to reach out if you'd like any assistance. Perfect. See, there you go.
That's cool.
So yeah, so and it probably doesn't. It probably does make a bit of sense to take it off LinkedIn, and you just maybe pop her an email and say, "Hey, Rosie, thanks for your connection
Yeah.
on LinkedIn. Yeah, just after any business advice that you would give me, it's true to say you've only recently sort of started with
Yeah.
with MTech. Just want to make
Yeah.
sure that you're in the loop. Is there anything I should know?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
I can tell
Perfect.
you, but it's better if you go to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hundred
because all
percent.
of a sudden
Yeah.
you're on their radar. So that's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
let's go Facebook now.
Yeah.
And you probably give your page a like itself on the right hand side, yeah, and then click on MTech suspension. Will go to the page, um, and then we're going to go to the news feed. Is that showing on yours on the left hand side? I don't know that it
Is
is. Sometimes it doesn't. So what I'll get you to do is do up the top, go / in the URL, sorry, / news underscore feed, and then enter. Yeah, awesome. Okay, just copy that because I used to tell people this. Copy that URL just so you know how to get into your own news feed because it usually shows on the left hand
Okay.
side, but just sometimes it doesn't. So
Yeah.
it's just worth knowing that Facebook, unlike the other ones, has made it quite
Mm.
difficult to connect with other people. It doesn't want you to
Okay.
necessarily do a lot of it. But let's just
Mm-hmm.
scroll down a little bit here, and it should offer some suggestions if you scroll down in the middle.
Yeah. This one.
Going down, keep going down. So it's showing you what other show. There we go. So go see more. Click on see more underneath. There you go. Well, probably don't need donut media, but four-wheel drive super center potentially. So it's coming up with some
Big
uh,
play.
auto players. Yeah. So what you might want to do so that it understands the sort of ones that you're looking for. Let's close out of that for a second. Let's do. Let's open it up on let's open a second Facebook page up maybe because we'll actually no, just go search up the top and just do WGBW for me again in the search. Or Western General Bodywork. Here we go. And so uh, next to the magnifying glass on the right hand side there's those three dots. Just click on those three dots on the click there and I'll get you to go like as your page. Yeah. So yeah, and then I'll get you to do. Let's do Maribyrnong Council as well. Type them up in the top in the search up the top. I think you can like certain pages don't let you like as their page, or they restrict you a little bit. So click on that there, and then the three dots on the right hand side. Yeah, that one's not going to let you do it. Let's do. Oh yeah, Footscray. Click on Footscray Traders. Underneath, see how it's got follow there. Click on the Footscray Traders. That one, yeah, and then the three dots there on the right hand side, and then like as your page. Yeah, MTech. Yeah, submit. Um, and I'll get you. Which you might even just so it helps place you again. Even do Diffy Social Footscray for me. Then it'll start to kind of it may come up with some different Footscray enter. Oh, it's going with my big one. Just go the big one for now. It doesn't matter. You just go three dots there, and then and do the same thing. And I think a number of the other Western General ones do actually have it. But what else? Let's now do RACV like we did before. I think they're probably a good one to have in there. You could do auto the insurers as well. Yeah, there it is. The other thing you could do is actually just do Business Victoria up in the search there,
Uh,
Business Victoria. Oh, that one doesn't. That's another one that doesn't let you do it. Okay, let's do Mama Knows West. Well, actually, there is Mama Knows West. Yeah, this is a good one for all the mums that need to get their cars. So good to interact with them on occasion. Um,
yeah.
and submit.
Good.
Um, uh, yeah. And just even for you personally, from
Mm.
it's probably, you know how there's a couple of groups, so you might want to do inner west jobs or something along those lines. Sometimes if we're promoting things, it's worth
Mm.
being part of these. What is this? Is it going to come up with anything? Yeah, inner west job box. Yeah, that's quite big, 12,000, right? So, and again, you may need to just fill in your, just go join group. I think you can do that as a person. But
Yeah.
you could always then, if you've got opportunities, are you Franco
Oh,
there?
you could post it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can put it through there. Um,
Yeah.
Usually it asks your creds to make sure you've got it. Oh, there you go. I was going to say, what suburb do you live
Um.
in? Say Maidstone or whatever.
Example training.
Yep.
Have you? So I say, do you have attend? Yes. We understand that if.
Yep. Yes.
Hey.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the other one is buy sell. You know, inner west buy sell or something along those lines. They're the main two groups that sometimes it can be worth being part of, right? What's that? That's not it. By the looks, that's something else. That's a page. Um, Buy, swap, sell Western suburbs, maybe. Although that's not so much. What's the inner west community? Oh, yeah, no, that's like buy, swap. That's 73,000 members. So go back to where you just were. That's actually pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, um, just personally might be worth being part of that. Just so, oh, you look like you've joined already. You're already part of that by the looks.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
Let's now go back to your page and let's go back to that news feed again. So even if you just the bikini set's quite good on the buy sell page. Jeepers. All right, here we go. Um, okay, so now it's starting to look. So you go West Sider, which is a local thing. Yeah, worth following. Melb's West, yes. City of Maribyrnong, yes. Humans of the West. Seddon, Graysland. Picked a bad time to open up the even the historical societies. You never know; they might put some cars in there at times. Um, Not sure about Save Footscray Park, Yarraville Farmers Market, um, um, perhaps Maribyrnong and Hobson's Bay Star Weekly, um, and well, even the True Grow Club, Katie Hall probably doesn't hurt. Uh, and then we can probably leave it. But now you can see that it's actually starting to point you to. It looks like it's going to slow you down anyway. Just try
Yeah.
refresh again on that one, and it may well be. Yeah, there you go. Just go next again. So that's it. All right. So that's a good start. You can always be following more, but for me, depending on so often the middle week is actually uh, a share we call it ambush marketing, right? It's actually to get the attention of something else that's relevant to your audience, but rather than
Yeah.
posting about you, we post about something to do with the industry or locally, or that's likely to be of interest to your audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Um, so now let's go. Is that okay around that connecting sort of stuff?
Yeah,
Um,
that's no problem at all.
Awesome. So, as I said, doesn't cost us anything other than time to be following others, and the idea is that
Yeah.
they'll start to follow you, which
Yeah.
is good from a vanity, but that's not the reason we do it. It's more the fact that we want people following you, so then we no longer have to advertise them to them. As soon as people start
Okay.
following you, they're going to see a certain amount of your posts once they follow you.
Yeah.
So, on that
Okay.
basis, if you go to your just to the page itself, which I think if you go home on the left-hand side, click on home. Oh, actually, sorry, go back, go to the actual page. So if you click on your page, so MTech, and then so let's go to the home page. There we are. And so again, with the three dots on the right-hand side next to your icon, you can invite connections to this as well. Um, so invite friends there. Um, so anybody that is likely to want you to do well in business and/or that should get their car fixed by you, invite them to like your page, right?
These are all Sydney people.
Yeah. So
Let's take it.
I would be so you problem so in a way you don't want to invite all of your Sydney connection, but there's an
Yeah,
element of some of your Sydney connection. It still might be good to invite them to follow the page, just on
yeah,
the basis that they know what you're doing, and it just helps the numbers basically. Um,
yeah,
yep.
yep,
So is that easy enough?
yep. That's no problem.
So again, it often makes a difference when we're starting out from scratch. If people at least invite, that sort of 30 and 40 and 50 straight away,
Mm.
it helps us hit
Mm-hmm.
the ground running. Otherwise, the advertising is doing all the work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah, yeah,
some followers early,
yeah.
and so it may be that you actually have a few, and who knows, the Sydney ones. But again, it's just to be aware. That's how you do it. Live. We want Live to be following it. I saw Live Buzzardich. There we go. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's how we go about inviting our our friend connection, right? So
Yeah.
that's that side of things. Yeah, it looks like you can be selective. I'm happy to give you a minute if you want to go all the way to the bottom of the list. And
I should really do it later. But yeah, it's see the problem is it's a lot of Sydney people. I don't need them on it.
you got good connections in Sydney.
It's just school friends.
Um,
Anyway.
cool, awesome. So the next thing I'll get you to do, um, actually, just thinking out loud with the ad side of things, we're going to be using Western General, aren't we?
Add things now. Like to promote.
Are we setting up Ads Manager separately for MTech?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do then is, because you're unlikely to have done it before, I'll get you. We've got, bless you. We've got Facebook
Thanks.
open to the right as well. I just get you to
Yeah,
click on that Facebook on the right.
on the right. Yep.
Sorry, the tab on the
Sorry.
right of this one. Yeah, there's a tab in between Instagram and there, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, up the top. I just get you to go forward slash.
Oh,
Sorry, up in the URL forward slash. Oh, sorry, no,
alright.
Facebook.com, and then forward slash ads manager. Yeah, enter. No space. Yeah, enter. All right. So you've set up. This would have been your for things you've done probably with your photography, that sort of stuff in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's right.
um, let's. I think what we might want to do. I'm just trying to think the best way to do this, given you've got multiple interests. So we want to set it up as a business manager, I think. So let's look at this. Click on your drop down box where it's got Franco Lamb up the top. Oh, yeah, so you got here as well. Oh, there you go. You've already got Tech Suspension in there. Click on that blue one for me. I'm glad I did that. So there you go. Click on that one. All right. All right. No ad accounts to show, right? So because it hasn't been created. So let's go to business settings. Yep. Okay. So what we're going to do on that drop down box, it'll probably tell us create. Yeah, create a new ad account. All right, so we're going to call it MTech. Yep. And we're going to change that time. So, yep.
$11, wasn't it? Yeah.
Here we are. Yep. Create. Yep. Okay, and then click on your self there, name. Yep. And then on the right hand side, you go and manage ad account. Down the bottom, full control. You give yourself full control. Yeah. And assign. And you're going to need to add your payment stuff in there. Do you want me to stop screen share while you do this? Not that it's
That's
going anywhere
all
other
right.
than us. I'll just
Ready?
yeah. Hang on, no. Give me 1 second. And we're going to yeah, stop screen share, and then I'll get you to go back and yep, that's off now.
Give me stop.
Yep.
So,
Type it in and do what you need.
I don't mind if you see it.
It's more that thing of yeah, as I said, we do these unlisted videos, but it just the fact if I record it and for any reason
Yeah.
someone gets to see it,
Yeah.
it's just depending on how clear the video is. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's not showing at the moment. So once you've done there, then you just need to go back to whereby and share the screen again.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I'd put the ABN in there. It's the suitcase. The little suitcase tab next to Facebook. I think. I actually know it's somewhere else. Is there
Yeah.
a suitcase further along?
Nah, that's it. All
Oh, yeah.
done.
All right. All right. Cool. And so now within here, so I'll get you to copy that up the top link. I'll get you to copy and paste that link in for me into Basecamp. Yeah. And now we'll just need to, if you go on the, I click on users for me. On the little drop down on the left hand side, it's got accounts. If you go,
Yeah.
yeah, and go people, yeah. And I'm assuming you're going to be a person. There you are. And I want you to go. Actually, that's interesting. Looks like we're going to need to reconnect the Instagram account in there. Let's go add me in first. So go add. Click on the blue button up the top. Yeah, and go admin. It's okay. And
Admin.
just do it as marketer at Diffy DIFY social. .com.au. Yeah, you just click on that, and then that should do that. Just go enter maybe, and then go classic pages, not new pages, on the left hand side. Yeah, and just click on Tech Suspension,
Yep.
and then scroll down. Same thing. It'll basically do manage page, I think, or yep. Click on manage page. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and Why is it not doing invite?
You need to set the position. Yeah, select the term amount is less than 30 or less than 300.
What the heck does that mean? All right. Just just close it for a second. We'll just close that. We'll come back to that maybe. I'm just seeing the see how it's got Instagram. It's click on that little drop down on above. So scrolling, it's just covered up now with that Google Chrome message. But see the
Yeah.
little drop down. Just click on that. I want to see why there's a warning sitting next to there. Log into Instagram. Okay, so let's do that and go log in.
No, come and take me bloody coffee again.
I've just got a meeting.
This one is for not Franco. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, sorry. It'll be using your email. And do you remember the just copy and paste the it's on the one on the left, Frank. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, and back to where we were.
Yep, all done.
Okay, so let's head back there. Okay, so that's connected now. All right, let's go. Yeah, try. That shouldn't have made any difference with this part, but let's.
Sure. The spelling's right, eh?
Yeah, and then click on admin again. Yeah, just go next. Let's just go Facebook. Let's just do this page for now. Yeah, and scroll down. Facebook Access Insight. Yeah,
Oh, no go classic.
yeah, we're in class. That's right. Manage. Yeah, so just click on your go class. Yes, so do everything down like you did, but you need to
Oh,
click
that's
on.
right. Yeah, so that's right. So that's right. So that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that.
Okay. Good. Now we've got it. Okay, done. So that's going to send me a thing now, which I'll just go and find. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, Mark, I'm just in the meeting at the moment. That's I'll call you back. Okay, wait.
okay. Let's just accept that. Okay, so that's looking like I'm just about done there. So the next thing, that's interesting. Where is that taking me into? Well, I did accept it, but it, for some reason, then took me back to the last ever. Let me just see more assets. MTech, Western General, MTech. There we are. Got it. All right, sweet. So where are you? You're back over here. So now when you do refresh screen, you should find that if you just refresh that page, you should find that I'm now on there.
Yep.
Yep, cool. Then let's go. Let's go. We know we have connected it, but just click back on add accounts. Just make sure we're both on the add account as well. So underneath pages, click on add account. Oh no, close that one. So yeah, that part there. Yep. Yeah, and so yeah, so add people on the right hand side. If you click on that, you should be able to then do both of us probably because you're already on it, but just to make sure you go assign and go done. And then that's looking right now. Yep, perfect.
Perfect.
Then and just for us, just copy that URL up the top and paste. I think actually you did that. You did that, didn't you? So I think you've already done that. Don't worry about that. Forget that. You've already
Okay.
done it. That looks like it. That's it there, and I'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
Then underneath apps, see how it's got Instagram accounts. I'll just double check that it looks like it is doing what it should be doing now. But just click on that one.
Yeah.
Instagram is MTech. Perfect. All right. So so the next thing, so that's great. That looks like we've got it set up. That's our ads account. So let's go to the three up the top. There's the three lines. Yep, you've already created your payment settings, so that's great.
Yeah.
Go to the next thing I'll do is our pixel. Let's hit Events Manager in the middle underneath Ads Manager.
This one.
Yep. Yep. And what I'll get you to do is there's that green plus underneath the M. Just click on that, data sources, and let's go connect to data source. And let's go web and then continue, or connect, I should say. And then Facebook Pixel, just click on Facebook Pixel and go connect. And then scroll down and then go continue. Yep. And then you're going to call your Pixel Tech Suspension. And you're going to copy and paste the website just into there. Or we can copy and paste so you get the HTTPS.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's often, let's make sure it's, where are we?
Oh my God.
There we go. A little suitcase, yep. Continue. All right. And then we're going to go email instructions. You can email this to yourself if you like, because this is who does the website side of things. Oh, you've got your website people, right? So you would just forward this email onto the web people, but just go click on or just enter. I think once you've put your name in there, yeah, just go enter. I think. Or do an apostrophe. And then what I want you to do is before you hit send is I'm going to get you to copy that pixel ID where it says pixel ID 586. Just copy and paste that for me. And put that into Basecamp. And then you're also going to, underneath that, you're going to copy that entire base code. Yeah, that whole thing, yeah. And essentially that's what gets sent to the web person, right? So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So you can hit send on that. And then just you can go monitor progress, but done. Yep, cool. So we're on our way there. That's a good start. So then I'll get you to do the three lines underneath the house again on the left-hand side. And actually, this time just click on Ads Manager in the middle, because this is what you're probably used to seeing when you go in, right? Is that when we go in normally, when we're creating, when I'm creating the ads in the first instance, yep, this
Yeah.
is what we'll see. And so you can just copy
Yeah.
that URL, but we don't need anything after the ampersand and global scope, blah blah blah. We just probably need that up to the 83. Yeah, that part there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's your ads manager. Then I'll get you to go to those three lines again under the house. And this time we're going to do set a saved audience for you, right? So let's go audiences. Yeah. Cool. And let's go create a saved audience. The bottom one. Yeah. All right, and we just call it 2021 MTech. And let's start by just putting in, see, underneath Australia, it's got search locations. Yes, and just type in street address. I just put in your, yeah, that's it. Maybe just go Meefin Street without the 13. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's it. That'll be you. Yeah. 10-mile radius is actually interesting for you. Let's make that a 5-mile radius for now. Just I don't want to kind of take us into the heart of Melbourne.
Yeah.
So it might be that we do. What does 5 take us to? Actually, try again. 5 enter. Yeah. It's still pretty big, isn't it? It's still good. So let's do 3.
Yeah.
That's sort of getting there for now. Let's just do 3.
Yeah.
And what we will do is maybe, yeah, for now, let's just do that. I'm imagining anybody that's got a driver's license, so it could actually be from 17, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do 17. Probably no upper rate limit's fine. Let's go, yeah, that's all good. Yeah. Awesome. Let's then do, let's start by doing a motor mechanic, some of the skills that you do, right? So, motor vehicle. Auto mechanic, maybe? Mechanic, there you go. Auto mechanic. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, mechanic, that's good. And then click on, now click on suggestions.
Yeah.
And then auto maintenance, yeah, click on that. Click on suggestions again, or just keep clicking on the things that are there, right? So auto or mechanic, car mechanic, auto mechanics. Automotive industry, probably. See, some are really big and some are really small. So
Yeah.
the really, really big ones, that's a global, right? So it's not in our little part of 3 mile from where you are.
Yeah.
But we might want to take some of them out if they're too big, right? So if all of a sudden, so if you scroll up the top, if you use that sidebar and see how big that audience is that we've just created, I think auto industry. So on the right, yeah. So grab that right bar, or the one on the far right.
This one. This
The
one.
other
This
one,
one.
that one, yeah, and drag that up the top for me all the way.
Yeah.
It's 65,000,
65.
so it's not so
Yeah.
big yet, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So click on
Yeah.
suggestions, see if there's any more. Oh yeah, wheel alignment. Yep. Suspension vehicle. Yeah.
That's the thing about electrical.
What about
No.
RAC?
RCV.
Probably don't need RACV. I reckon just RAC maybe. Or Royal Automobile. It's actually,
RAC.
yeah. Auto racing. Huh. Is it? I think
What
it's
else?
actually Royal Automobile something, right? Royal, because I think it's the same around the globe. It's like Royal Auto. Oh, nothing's coming up there. Royal. No. Okay. Yeah, probably too big, I reckon, when it starts to, the Automobile Association. See how you can see that one?
Yeah.
That's probably depending on what country you're in. Is the is how it then gets
Yeah.
phrased.
Yeah.
And now click a few more suggestions. You're giving it, you're pointing to plenty of stuff. So yeah, vehicle mechanic. It's a job title, mind you, but yeah.
Interest. Vehicle. Fire.
So this is just anybody that's used those terminologies either in posts or in Messenger or in WhatsApp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motor oil, maybe. And motor oil is probably most people, if they're looking up motor oil, probably have no clue what they're
Yeah, that's true. Used cars. Transmission. Good. It's just funny. This one doesn't have anything.
I think wasn't there one that had it in brackets? Auto suspension was something above, but I thought you already picked it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Suspension vehicle.
But all electrical is the main one, but I don't know the wording for it. Electrician.
Auto electrician. Yeah, there you go.
Cancel. No.
What you're going to find is some of those things become a bit of a catch, as in a I think you did wheel alignment. Did probably just better clicking on that suggestion and see how much other sort of things it's transmission. Do you look at that or no?
Yeah. Manual transmission. Motor vehicle.
Yeah, motor vehicle's probably too big in terms of.
Yeah, I should get rid of that. Don't
Yeah.
need that.
Goodyear tire and car rubber, maybe.
Yeah, why not? Electrician. That's too urgent. Automatic battery. Cartoon.
Driver's license. What about driver's license? There you go. If you've got a driver's license, it's a good start. At some point, they're going to need your.
Yeah. Old car. New car. Yeah. No.
Car maintenance. Car maintenance come up.
I think I've already got that
You
one.
got that, yeah. No, I don't reckon. See if there's any other more suggestions it gives you. Pirelli Hanko. It's going into particular tyres. I reckon you're going to probably have captured most of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds
Just on the
right.
right-hand side, let's see how big that audience is now. I mean, if it's the driving population within that area, it should be quite big. 126, right? So what if you want to make that bigger? Then probably what you do. See what happens if you go from 3 to 4, 3 miles to 4 miles. Okay. So that just scroll down. So that takes us into the verge of Melbourne, doesn't it?
Which is not bad.
Yeah, I reckon 4 miles. I mean, you're probably going to be hard pressed to get people from Ardeer driving across, and sort of St Albans maybe.
Yeah.
They're more likely to. I reckon that's probably it's better to do that than sort of then add in St Albans and others.
Yeah.
I don't know. Up to you. But do you want it? Do you have any clients, or are you likely to have clients coming, say, from St Albans?
I think more the better, but the problem is there's a lot of mechanics everywhere, so it's kind of like the most lucrative.
So for now, let's just create saved audience down below. See how it's got next. Let's click on that. Create saved audience. I think it's a good start. We know Yeah, so that's there. So just go done on that blue. And I'll get
Yep.
you to click on the 2021 MTech for me. Just click on click on that one. And then just copy that audience name all the way down so that we've got the whole detail, right? So, and we
Yep.
know that it's 246,000, which is about where I like to have them, right? Because you don't want the
Yep.
haystack to be too big. You want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that at $5 a day, depending on how we promote this, we can
Yep.
get to these people over a period, right? So it might take us
Yeah.
6 months, but we'll get to
Yep.
all of them, and the ones that are really interested, we'll get to them multiple times, right?
Okay. Yep.
So, so there's your saved audience created. Um, let's go. Let's go now to go back to Basecamp for me, just out of interest, because I think realistically in the ads manager, I've pretty much got everything that I kind of need to have.
Yep.
I don't think, my sense would be normally is that to try and create. Oh yeah, so scroll up and just go to if we just go to where we've got our checklist. I just want to talk to you about what we might do. So slightly higher. Yeah, sorry, this was all your dumping stuff from last time as well. Here into this part here, right?
Yep.
So firstly, can I remember now, particularly if we're going to be doing the posting?
Mm.
So what I get you to do firstly is let's talk about what an ad might look like. So if you click on the website, which I think is to the right, yeah, you got the website
Yep.
to the right. So just click on the website for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So suspension repair and auto. So just scroll down a little bit further. I think basically we're going to term this a little bit like we have on your other things where. Um, so I would be writing something along the lines of Tech Suspension is transforming the small.
Actually, can you give us 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We need to be regassing. Right on the window, regas. Sorry about that.
No, that's
All
okay.
good.
Um, just yeah. So basically, I would mock up an ad that kind of uses this stuff here, right? So
Yep.
a version of that,
Yep.
and where you find us and how you contact and book, right?
Yep.
Just scroll down a little bit further. What's that? What's below? Oh, yeah, high quality. I think at some point you're going to need a photo of the building itself where you are on the contact page. What have you got there? Click on contact.
Content.
Contact, sorry, next to
Oh,
gallery on the
sorry.
top
Right.
right. Just
Yeah.
click on contact for me. Okay, and just scroll. Yeah, I you're a photographer. I reckon, and now you've got your gallery. What's in gallery? Is there anything in gallery yet? Just scroll down a little bit. Is that at your place?
Yeah.
Awesome. They're great. You know what? That's what we should be. That's your cover right there. Just so you know, I would actually use real that sort of stuff.
Let's talk about this
I
one.
reckon we update. Yeah, I mean, the only thing would be the fact that it's a landscape image. Sorry, a
Yeah.
portrait image. It would be good to, but that wouldn't be too hard for me to modify. Just out of interest, if you click on actually click on that one where any of them actually doesn't really matter. Click on just right click on that, and can you save that? Yeah, save image as yes.
I've got the original.
Yeah. So I can. It's more for me, so I know that I can save. I can use the images, right?
Yeah.
These are brilliant, Franco. So I would use this sort of image
Yeah.
as your advertising image,
Yeah.
because I got to be honest, I'm impressed. Like realistically, I was a little concerned where we got such immaculate looking cars as our cover and all the rest of it, but the
Yeah.
fact that you're able to proof it by having, is that a Porsche?
Real shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Danny's GT3.
How many bloody fancy cars does he have? I need to come to him when I need a rental or something, just to yeah, I think he used to hire him for weddings and things. I think in the past, I don't know if he still does. I know his
I don't think.
Ferrari he did.
Yeah, not anymore. I don't think.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the fact that you're able to show this proofs that you're not just your run of the mill. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is the image that I'm going to use for your ad, right?
Mm.
Um, and initially, and I'll just use content along the lines of, and if you could keep building on these, right? So this is great. You've got this image, this gallery of image, right?
Yeah.
Um, the other thing that you might want to take and do it in a way that you think you can best make it, maybe with a flash car out the front, but
Mm.
take a photo from out the front so that people know, when they're driving past or where you are from the street. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so get a photo along those lines, get a few photos along those lines that
Yeah.
you can put on your contact page, because it's amazing how often people go, that's where you are, right? So
Yeah.
if we can have a photo that actually shows, it's like, I mean, part of Western General Bodyworks marketing,
Mm.
let's face it, is because they're on a highly trafficked corner, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that photo, I think we used, or certainly have used in the past, as the cover image, just because people straight away go, oh yeah, I know where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we need
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
that a little bit
Yeah.
for you as well. So yeah,
Okay.
get a photo along those lines. Get the web photos inputted into Dropbox for me. Um,
Yep.
that would be awesome.
Yep.
But it looks like I'm going to be able to use these gallery of photos.
Well, I've got more on my phone. It's
Yeah,
just I can't get anything at the front because I'm still waiting for my business sign to come up, but that shouldn't be
sure.
far off now.
Yeah, that's fine.
But after when that's all up, I can send you those photos.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you can, and I think you already started. Didn't you? If you can put them into the Dropbox, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Um,
Perfect. I
but
can do
but
that.
but I can, just by having these ones straight away,
Yeah.
they'll be the ones I'll use early.
Yeah.
Let's face it, I'm only going to post Mondays and Fridays specifically about you, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and because and I think that's going to work pretty well for you, because I think it's the advertising is going to get a lot of the new stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if you click out, so what I'd suggest I post about, if you just click out, so clearly what we're going to do, you've got services. Click on services for me.
Actually, you know what? I might send you. I might send you the portfolio I did for the business. It's a bit more of this stuff.
Yeah,
What we actually do. This needs to be changed.
yeah, yeah.
They didn't do a really good job here.
Okay.
But yeah.
You could add the portfolio in as well, right?
Mm.
But it's important for them. And look, you're the sort of businesses, we just want to get their attention, and
Yeah.
they'll contact you if they want to find
Yeah.
out more. But
Yeah.
but what we want to make sure is that the information you want to have showing. So
Yeah.
this sort of image is good and easy for me to be able to use, right? Suspension
Yeah.
services. So realistically, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Mondays, I'm going to talk about the services you provide.
Yeah.
Um, and Fridays, I'm going to talk about why you, and any testimony as we start to build testimony. We haven't
Yeah.
got any yet, have we? Is it too early
No.
days,
No.
right? So,
No.
so we want to
Yeah.
build that testimony, right? Um,
Yeah.
remembering on the website, um, we were going to get the guys to put, at the moment, you've only got the Instagram link up the top right.
Yeah. I'm gonna get them to put the rest now.
Put the other 5 links up the top,
Yeah.
including your Google, so people know how to review you.
Yeah.
And then any time that people have uh, I would have something at the counter, or whatever. It'd be good to have a way to
Mm.
where people are really pleased with what you've done, is just to
Yeah.
point them and say, hey, you can, it'd be great to get a Facebook or a Google review. Be awesome. We would love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did we do good? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So point them there. But um, the other thing, so yeah, you got those 5. So 5 other icons you'll put up the top. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Your phone number's really clear.
Yeah.
You might want to think about putting your address, your street address, up the top there as well, because remember,
Okay.
most old timers just want to know
Yeah.
where you are, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
and in a way, it'll rule out. There'll be certain people who go, oh, okay, well they're in Footscray, I'm in Frankston.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean. So
Yep.
it'll just make
Yep.
sure that the right people are contacting you straight away. Then they know. Um,
Yes.
we're going to get that pixel put on the website so that will track what's going on. And then
Yes.
the other thing you could consider is putting a plug-in at the bottom, the plug-in for your Facebook page.
Yes.
You remember
Yes.
that one?
Yep.
The Facebook page might be a good one just to show that you are active on the socials, right?
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
and so and who's following you? Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So that's a good little plug-in that you should consider adding. So just go back to that setup day, and we've got all that detail there that we talked about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Right. So as I said, I'm pretty confident that there's enough for me to go from tomorrow, which is what I'll do.
Yep.
I'll do a first post
Perfect.
tomorrow, which will be the why as. I think what I'll do tomorrow is I'll create the post that I intend to use for our ad. Right.
Mhm.
So what I'll do is I'll get you to have a look at that, and I'll let you know when it's done, and then maybe
Yep.
next week we look at starting that promotion for you as well. The only thing would
Okay.
be is whether we wait till you've got your pixel up and that sort of stuff. But anyway, um,
Yeah.
the first post I will do is one that I feel like we could easily promote, and I'll pin
Yep.
it to the top of the page. And when we're ready
Yep.
to promote, we're good to go, right? So
Okay. Yep.
just so you know, that will be the plan. Um,
Perfect.
now, what else? The other thing is, uh, i- I'm just going off the top of my head back in the planning list. There's going to be times where, and you're a photographer, right? So you kind of know when
Yeah.
these times are. Um,
Yeah.
you can always, there's nothing to stop you from posting to Instagram and Facebook yourself if you want to, right? It
Yep.
might be because it's your 1 year anniversary. It might be because Danny's come in and celebrating something. It might be because, I don't know, a Western Bulldogs player's brought their car in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Special
So,
moments.
so any special moments, anything along
Yep.
those lines, because
Yep.
I'm doing every second day posting, always
Yep.
feel free that you can either post yourself, or
Yep.
if you want, say, hey Steve, would you mind putting this across all of our socials for us? And then I can
Yep.
do that for you on a Wednesday, or I can do it at the start of the week for you, basically.
Okay.
So
Yep.
so any
Okay.
time that you've got anything, but we have the schedule will be pretty straightforward. We'll know
Yep.
that that's what we're doing. Believe me, nobody else is going to kind of know that, because it's all about newsfeed. So people
Yep.
aren't going to
Yep.
necessarily know that we're talking about suspension 1 week and
Yeah.
oil changes the
Yep.
next, or whatever it is. Um,
Yep.
but and because the images are going to change too. So then the other thing is just keep growing that gallery. And I know you're a photographer, so that shouldn't be hard, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I can tell you that you know clearly what you got a decision really. You don't just have to be Danny's Porsche, right? So what you want to
Yeah.
have is just photography that says, okay, between this car and this Porsche, we're
Yeah.
pretty competent no matter what, right? So, um,
Yeah. Yep.
so I think probably to help you get more mums and dads, you probably want a
Yes.
mixture, right? So,
Okay.
have the Hyundai. If you do though, I'm sure they're
Yeah.
still important to you, right? So have
Yeah.
the more sort of locals type car in
Everything.
there, as
Yep.
well as to
Yep.
show that you also do high end stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So
Yep.
you don't because there is an element that some people might look at you and go, oh, they're probably really expensive. You know what I mean, or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
right?
true.
So you want to
Yep.
make sure that people can see, oh yeah, shit, they do my Hyundai all-wheel drive. They do
Yeah. Yep.
my I saw a Commodore there, right?
Yep.
So that you get a good mix visually, because that it's the old saying, it's 1,000 words, right? You know
Yeah.
that
Yep.
you're a
Yep.
photographer,
Yep.
right? Um,
Yeah.
so we want to see that you can look after my car, right? So
Okay.
so
Yep.
you're just
Yep.
as comfortable with my Holden Captiva as what you are with
Mhm.
Danny's Porsche.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. I understand. Yep.
awesome,
Perfect.
cool. And I think I think we'll do really well with it. And as I said, there's some tweaks that we'll still do, and I'll
Yep.
continue. It was report week this week, which was so clearly the next report for you. I probably will do one, uh, albeit because you're every second month, but I will do
Mhm.
one early
Yeah.
or you just so that we sort of see that it's working how it should be. So
Okay.
that will be the sort of first week of next month, probably, once we've got,
Yeah.
once we're all going and ticking along.
Okay. Perfect.
I noticed so you put in the card for Facebook. Did that mean, is that the same? Are you using the same details as what WGBW are using? Because I wasn't sure if Nathan want me to bill. Will I just bill Nathan still?
Yeah, just bill
Just
it
with him?
straight to Nathan, and he'll get it organized.
Yeah.
Because it all
Okay.
comes out of that pocket anyway.
No worries. Well, I'll
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'll do then. So I'll just add it on, because it's interesting, because I started roughly the same time. So I might just merge the two easy debit side of things and just add
Yeah.
it on and do it
Okay.
that way. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. No worries.
Easy.
Well, I don't think, if you can go back, I'll just get you to add that comment onto Basecamp, so I don't forget to do that. So go back to which is to the left, I think, of where you are at the moment. Yeah, and just down below, you hit add comment, and then that's good. So that means I can then do the write up. And as I said, I'll do first post tomorrow across, and I'll
Yep.
let you know if I've got any issues.
Okay.
And just the write up, just as a few reminders, so you can always go back, like the setup session, and
Yeah.
and if you kind of, what did he say? What am I supposed to do? Have I got any homework? There is,
Yeah.
there is that element of it'll work. I can do it all, and will
Yeah.
achieve a reasonable result. But if you
Yeah.
do keep tinkering away with some new gallery photos,
Yeah.
you do various other things, then it'll even work
Yeah.
better. That's the idea,
Yeah.
right? So,
Perfect. Yeah.
so work
100%.
together. But if you've ever got any questions or feedback, just let me know
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I appreciate that.
Good stuff. Well,
Awesome.
I reckon
I'm excited.
we've done what we need to do. I am too. I think, as I said, I think it's good to see now, with the
Yeah.
website live, and
Yeah.
the other thing which I think is going to be interesting, because I'm fairly sure Nathan spends a bomb on on what they're doing, the ad side of things.
Yeah.
And it's not to say it's not effective,
Yeah.
but I'm just not sure they need to quite spend what they're spending. So if we're going to use a sort of, and I'm thinking, I don't know, is he giving you budget around ad spend? But what we normally start with is just a $5 a day spend, just to see how that works. Now
Mm-hmm.
you might want to do a 5+5, let's say, for awareness and reach, and
Yeah.
maybe sell that to Nathan if it's coming out of their pocket. Is that you
Yeah.
probably want to do a 5+5. So if you're spending $10 a day, that's
Mm-hmm.
compared to them spending, put a zero or two probably over on top of that, right? Um,
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah, it would just be an interesting compare contrast when you use a local area
Yeah.
and a targeted ad spend, very localized,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we'll do pretty well, or I'm very
Yeah.
hopeful anyway. So it'll be good for us to
Yeah.
have that comparison where you're kind of doing brand group
Yeah.
versus local entity. Um, yeah, so no, I'm excited. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you
Amazing.
get on with the rest of your day then, and I'll let you
Thank
probably
you so much.
you can stop sharing on that one. I can take you from sharing, and I'll
Yeah.
take my camera off. I'll give you a wave, because and hopefully you've managed to stay awake, so that's good.
Yeah. It's a struggle right now, actually.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you've had the two, and hopefully in a few weeks we'll get some things we can do that we couldn't do before, right? So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
I'm
fun.
excited. I'm excited. Yeah. Not long to go.
Excellent. You and
Yeah.
me both.
Awesome.
Good on you, Frank.